Hi everyone, it's Johnny Seed here again, and today I thought we'd have a look through this. This is the album cover album 3. This was a Christmas gift from my brother. Thank you, brother. So if you're not familiar with the series of books, the first one came out in 1977 and contained album covers, classic album covers up until that point. Then they brought out the album cover album 2, which was in 1982 I think, and that was albums that were released between 77 and 82. And this one, album cover album 3, came out in 1984, and so mainly has albums from around 82, 83, 84 in it, and others as well. What I thought we'd do is have a look through each page, and I can tell you which albums in here I own, if there are any, and if you see anything in here that you've got, let me know. So before we have a look through each of the pages, I thought I'd have a bit of a I thought I'd read out a couple of paragraphs from the introduction, which I thought were quite interesting. This is a quote from Brian Griffin, who works for A&M, and he says this on album covers: "One of the reasons for Brian Griffin's popularity with artists and record companies alike is his unhesitating commitment to the album cover as a crucial vehicle for artistic expression. It is the vehicle because it gets into the living room as opposed to some art sanctum. It's on the streets, it's in the shops, it's in the home, and it stays around for a very long time. The most important aspect of it is the physiological one. The 12-inch square is just right when you hold it at arm's length. It's an absolutely perfect viewing space in feel, shape and size." So I suppose he's got it right. I mean, this, by the way, is the same size as an album. It's 12 inches across, appropriately enough. And I suppose he's right, isn't he, really? Well, I guess that was his opinion. What do you think? He also writes about 12-inch singles, which were also included in this. It says, "This book contains 12-inch single sleeves, side by side with album covers. 12-inch singles were invented in the mid-70s as a tool for the disco DJ because they enhance the volume and clarity of the wider grooves. The 12-inch single packaging began its life as a line bag, simply a larger version of the 7-inch plain paper sleeve with a large centre hole, usually made of stiff card. This was a new expense for record companies, as in the late 70s the 12-inch was sold at the same price as a 7-inch single." I didn't know that. So is that true? Did I remember this? Which seems like a bargain, really, doesn't it? Since 12-inch singles were manufactured on machines that usually produce 12-inch albums, each 4 or 5 times the cost of a single, the cheap 12-inch could only be a lost leader. So yeah, that didn't last long, did it? Today the 12-inch is an accepted and established line alongside the single, album, cassette and now compact disc. At any one time, more than half of the top 70 UK singles are available in the 12-inch format, which has become an integral marketing device for a single, regardless of whether the music merits a remix into a longer version." I should have had this, I wish I'd read this when I was doing my 12-inch singles series of videos back in the summer, because that was my sort of angle, wasn't it? Were the 12 inches worth the money? So yeah, and he goes on to say about how in the 70s album covers were a lot more extravagant, they were chucking around a lot more money. You may have noticed that a lot more gatefold albums came out in the 70s. It says here, "There aren't many sleeves today that cost the same as the sort of money that used to be spent on, say, those Led Zeppelin sleeves of the past. Those days are well and truly over." So I guess that's another reason why gatefold and fancy sleeves came to an end in the 80s, is the record companies were spending the money on videos instead. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll whip the camera around and cue some copyright-free, easy-listening music, and we'll have a look at each of these pages one by one and see what's in here, shall we? Hubby, shh. Okay, so here we have the book, and I'm just going to look through some pages. And I thought this was interesting. I didn't know about this, but The Damned, this is The Damned's Black Album from 1982. A good 10 years before Metallica had a similar idea. We have the front page here, and I'll just get over the introduction. Alright, so starting off, we have a page full of Sgt. Pepper parodies. We have the original, we have the Mothers of Invention one. This one here, Moonlight Live Club Bands, is a various artists album, the Moonlight Tapes from Danceville. Don't know anything about them. And this is another various artists one here. This is a punk one, Burning Ambitions from Cherry Red for 1982. This one was 1980. I thought this was interesting as well. This is Talking Heads Speaking in Tongues. Artwork, Roger Rauschenberg, the artist. This is from 1983. Apparently this had 2 or 3 coloured see-through discs which would spin round, and so you could create your own kind of cover, a bit like the Led Zeppelin 3 one. Yeah, apparently this was only a very limited edition because it cost so much to produce, unsurprisingly. And another interesting one here, band Soviet France, I'm not aware of them, from 1982. This is what looks like it's made out of Hessian, an album cover made of sack. Oh, there's 3 different releases here. I don't know if this one in the middle looks like it's made of aluminium or something, or foil. Another one here, which it's hard to tell, it could be cork or something. Anyway, interesting variations. And the Rolling Stones, Emotional Rescue, from 1980. And this was their undercover album with the stickers on, which you could peel off if you want to do. This was the Emotional Rescue, showing 2 sides of outer wrapping. So this, the way they laid this out, they try and put it in sort of themes. So they'll have 3 or 4, so they'll have like 4 different albums, which are roughly similar looking. So we have a Roy Harper, The Unknown Soldier, both sides of it here, or is grim looking. I don't know what the hell that is. And The Cure, The Upstairs Room, and Various Artists Bullshit 2 by Crass. That's from 1982. And an artist I'm not familiar with here, Aksak Maboul, Un peu de l'âme de bandits, Crammed, this is the company, from 1979. Alright, some more minimalist designs. Of course, it's the super famous Blue Monday from New Order, the biggest selling 12-inch single of all time, which lost money with every edition. And another completely black one here. This is Boyd Rice. This one's from 1981. Crass from 1982, and Ultravox Lament. Okay, so I've got this one. Right, up here we have Espionage. Not familiar with those. And then Planet P, looking very similar. And Kirsty MacColl, that's a great album. 1981. And another one from Espionage. Oh, something I didn't mention before when I was reading through the introduction, something they mentioned about how they would put the name of the band or the artist at the top, because when you were flicking through a rack, that's when you'd see it. And it never occurred to me that would be the case. And I don't suppose that's why they have a lot of albums with the name at the top, but I mean, that's what they said. Alright, Tones on Tail. Quite a grim looking one there. Right, 4 more here, similar looking, bit of black and white. We have The Undead, Eric Bogosian, Lexi Sale, and a wonderfully named Cack. And this one here is Dead Can Dance on 4AD. Right, Joan Arm Trading, Key. And on this side, we got here The Creatures, In Excess, Shabu Shabar from 1982, Reflex Politics of Dancing, and The Cure. Right, Smell of Female by The Cramps, and Rush, Exit Stage Left, Cyndi Lauper. Do I have that one? That looks familiar. Maybe have it on CD, I'm not sure. And ABC, Lexicon of Love. And over here we have Fad Gadget, Grand Prix, Samurai, not aware of those. Nina Hagen, yep. And Ronald Shannon Jackson and the Decoding Society, Barbecue Dog. Nope, don't know that one, from 1983. Okay, Phil Collins. Yep, got that one. Don't know why that deserved the whole page to itself. And here we have 4 vaguely similar ones. Alberta Hunter, Johnny Taylor, the best of, Al Jarreau, and Max Roach. Some more faces. Some of the haircuts. We have Bonnie Tyler, Lou, Broken Promises, or whatever, Lou, Billy Idol, and of course Madonna. Okay, and top we have Sly Stone, Diana Ross, Chaka Khan, and Santana. And 4 more heads. Cher, Grace Jones, Tony Basil, and Elena Lovitch. And on this side we have Klaus Nomi, Simple Man. Right, okay, Shades of Ian Hunter. Literally they are the shades of Ian Hunter. I guess that's the visual pun. Phil Everly, Living Alone. Oh no, what happened to the other brother? Oh, didn't they hate each other? Is that something I just made up? Culture Club and Japan, Ghosts. Right, of course we all know Michael Jackson's Thriller, David Grant, John Cale, and the John Williams collection, which I have. On this page we have Linda Ronstadt, Stacey Ladislaw, don't know, Patty Austin, and Jenny Burton. Nope, don't know them. Right, Sandy Stewart, Bite by Altered Images, a good band. Kate Taylor, don't know, and Annette Peacock, I have not heard of. Right, Rick Springfield, yeah, I got this on CD. The Jim Carroll Band, don't know. Bowie, Changes 2, and from 1981, and of course John Fox is always going to be copying Bowie, I guess, from 1983, The Golden Section. And let's put a page. Gloria Gaynor, Millie Jackson, don't know, Tina Turner, Help, and Joan Armatrading again. This one is Carole King, Speeding Time. Okay. Poco, Innamorata, The Expression, the Jim Carroll Band, and Curves. Well, Will Powers, Mickey Jubb, don't know any of these two. Eurythmics, yep, know that one. And David Bowie the Lodger from 1979. Right, a Willie Alexander and the Confessions. Nope, Foreigner, Head Games. Deaf School. And yes, I have this one, Dalek I Love You. Pretty sure I have that one somewhere. I have to dig it out. It does look familiar, that anyway. Blanche, Blind Vision, Bauhaus, another Blanche, and the Blues Band. Right, so we have Phoebe Snow, Rig, Rig and Panic, Rip, Rig and Panic even, and Violet Femmes. Yeah, Violet Femmes, they're Blister in the Sun. I remember listening to that probably in the 90s and thinking it was brand new in the 90s, and I was shocked a couple of years ago to find out it was actually from 1982. Pillows and Prayers, a Cherry Red compilation featuring Attila the Stockbroker, amongst others. Right, Echoing the Bunnymen, Ocean Rain. A couple more Echoing the Bunnymens here. Silver, Tidal Wave, Heaven Up Here, Porcupine, and A Promise. Right, Red Rider, never heard of them. Greg Lake, solo album, Manoeuvres, Arthur Blythe, and the Cocteau Twins. On this page we have the Europeans, Roger Daltrey, being very 80s, Madness, Keep Moving, and Manfred Mann's Earthbound Runner. Spot the difference. Both from the same year.